There we go. Are we recording? We are recording. So tonight we are going to do back to basics. We are going to go over how to, number one, copy a page from one website to another, and then how to go in and modify that page. A lot of you should be getting, whenever we create a new page or get a new offer, Rory always does a page on it, or your instructor does. I always send all my students to my page because I usually create it about the same time Rory says, hey, create this page. Your website should get to the point to where you can use your website for training material like that to send them to your page to get copied information. So they can then go in and create their own pages. So we're going to be doing that. One of my students volunteered his website. He's restarting, and there's a couple pages that he doesn't have. And one of them is Canada, because you know we opened up in Canada for our wine. So we are going to be doing transferring my Canada page from my page to his page. So let me do our screen share. All right. So in my website, I'm going to go to my search and type in Canada. Okay.
It's been so damn long. I can't.
Come on, guys. Please watch your language. Mute yourself. Let me. There we go. We took care of that. Okay. So we're going to do Canada, and I'm going to find my Canada page that I want to put in there. And I just got to find it. I should have had this queued up, but. Where did I put it? There we go. Went right back. Okay. So here's my Canada page. And I am going to copy this page straight into my students page. Now, I can do one or two things. I'm going to copy it straight from here, but because I'm the admin on here, it won't allow me to copy without doing some weird stuff. So we're going to try it this way. Go all the way down. And I'm going to hit copy. And then I'm going to go to my students page. And I'm going to hit this plus sign, and it says new. Remember, post goes to your home page. Media is for images, and page is what you want to click on for consecutive pages. So I'm going to click on page. And you want to make sure that in your address bar that it says page at the end of the address and not post, okay? If it says post, then you're going to click out of it and do it again. Because once you do a post, you can't transfer it over to a page. You either have to copy it and put it in a page and then trash your other one. That is the only way you can move a post to a page or a page to a post. So that says page, so that lets us know that we are in the correct format. And then I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to hit paste. And it put my title in a code. And the only reason this is in a code is because there was an image that I had up there that was going to be my featured image, which is this right here. So usually what I do is I come in and I remove all the images. This is how I go about creating a page or modifying a page. So I go in and we're going to remove all images. I'm going to leave this here because this is something that we need. And I'm going to remove this one. And the reason there's these big gaps in my page is because it copied the AdSense where it was at in that page. So I got these big gaps in there, which is fine. We're going to get rid of them. So after we do that, then you want to go about doing your modifications and your editing. So the first thing you want to do is, number one, you want to change your title. And so you're going to look for a key phrase. I have Jaxie. So I'm going to go to my web enhancements and I'm going to go to my Jaxie. Now you can do one or two things. If you don't have Jaxie, you have actually 30 free for each searches for each email that you use. So that's one of the things you can do. I typed in Canada Wine Club and we're going to see what kind of outcome we have. So some people will look and say, oh, these numbers are really low. It doesn't matter what the number ratio is. You want to look at what this SEO score is, because the higher ranking you get on your SEO, the more traffic you will get. So yes, these numbers do look good. You know, you want it to be higher number. You want to have more traffic coming in. The QSR code is how many people are competing for that key phrase or with that key phrase. And this is what your ranking will be if, or the potential you have of getting on that first page. So you want to have high numbers here, low numbers here. So, so I always like to say, see things like this right here. There's nobody competing for this key phrase. So you can rank really well. You have 7 people out of 40 that's looking for this, or you have 40 people that's looking for this key phrase. The other thing you want to make sure that you do is you have a key phrase that you can use. And I think we can use that one. So we're going to say, and it has to be exact. So Monthly Wine Club Canada. So then the other thing I want to come down here is in our SEO. Let me move this up here so to get out of the way. We're going to open up our SEO and our key phrase is going to be Monthly Wine Club Canada. Okay. And there's a reason it's all in lowercase. Your SEO is very finicky. All right. So if you put your key phrase in uppercase or in caps, then it has to appear exactly that way in caps in your writing, or you're going to get an SEO score that says your key phrase not being used. Okay. If you do it in lowercase, then the uppercase and lowercase act the same. It will recognize uppercase in any situation as your key phrase. But if you do an uppercase as your focus key phrase, that is the only way it will recognize it. So that's just a little tip for you guys. So if you ever come through and it says that you don't have your key phrase, doesn't show up, or you have a version of your key phrase, go look at your key phrase and see if you've used all caps. Even though this is a proper noun, we still are going to put it in lowercase. Okay. So then I'm just going to go through, and this particular page is actually talking about wine, Canada wine. So we know from Canada wines, and I got this information from Joel, is currently they don't have customers, if I'm correct. You have to come in as an ambassador. All right. So, and in Canada, they can still get their 4 or 6 or order by a case, but it only ships through the case. So that's one of the things that we have to implement in our program, is to let them know, number 1, how they can order, number 2, how it's going to be shipped. And this is just my information, but also let them know that it's world, you know, throughout Canada, but and how they can build their business. So We're going to come here and read this. And I am just going to come down here or come here, and I want to move this down and start a new paragraph right here. Open here. And we're going to start with our key phrase. So you always want to start your first paragraph with your key phrase. Your title doesn't necessarily have to start that way. You will get a message or flag that says your key phrase is not in your title or it doesn't start at your title. As long as your overall is green and green, you will be okay. So, but I always like to have my key phrase in my first paragraph and start it. That way I'm letting them know exactly what they came here for. So we're going to modify this page and hopefully I can get it done. If I can get my fingers to work. And in your first paragraph, you want to give them a call to action. So most people will come into your website because they're looking for something. They see it, there's like, okay, monthly wine club in Canada. What do I need to do to join? So you want to give them that immediate knee-jerk reaction that they can go ahead and join. And so that's what I always give them, that in your first paragraph. So tell them what you have. We got a monthly wine club. It's from Napa and Sonoma Valley. You don't even have to leave your house to get it. It comes right to your door. It says, get on board, you know, and just, I like metaphors. I like to be relaxed in my writing. So I always speak like I write like I talk. And then you can just come in here and you can say, join today. All right, and then here's a little thing. You can either do this as a header, if you want to do it as a header, or you can come over here to your text settings, and in your text settings, you have your font size or your typography. You have your font size. So we're going to highlight this one right here, and we want the font to be huge. Okay, you can actually make it bigger. You can come over here and customize it. Say you want it to be just a tad bigger than that and make it bigger. And then you can highlight it and bold it. And you can even change the color. So you're going to come here, hit this arrow, come down to your color text, and you have your primary colors, or you can do a custom color. So if you hit a particular color, go to custom, then you are in that color wheel. Come on. It's gonna let me do it here in a minute. I guess. So there's your color, and then you can center it. So right now we have it aligned to the left. We can center this. So now you have that. And then you're gonna come here and then you're gonna just basically see what this is. So we already got rid of this and we're gonna take away this block. And we have done this. And we can take away this block because we just talked about all that. All right, so now we're getting to the meat of our program. So you got your introductory paragraph, which gives you the clues to how you want to go with your page. So this one is, we're gonna talk about our wine. So we got the Canadian Wine Club business. So we are gonna change this to Fine Wines in Canada, or you can say Napa Valley Wines. And this is where you want to do name calling or name dropping. Yeah, I know people have heard about it all the time where people drop names of famous people, people that they know that's higher ups that they have contact with. So this is a good way to get your page recognized. Your page is not only recognized through its focus key phrase, but also you have other key phrases that you can use that your page can rank for. So if people are looking for Napa Valley wines, if you have that in your page, anywhere in your page, it will show up in a search for Napa Valley wines. If you have fine wines listed in your page, you can be reached, show up on an SEO search or a focus key phrase search because that appears in your website. If you use Canadian wines or Canada wines, or even if you say Ricard Merlot or the Ashley Moscato, or if, you know, just point out, or Chardonnay, if you name drop within your website, if you do it enough times, then it's going to show up in searches for those particular key phrases. The other thing is when you write, your focus key phrase needs to appear at least 1 or 2 times in your heading. Okay, so how many words you have to have, tell you down here in your SEO, need to have it somewhere again. All right, so we're going to talk about Napa Valley wine. My internet dropped. Are you still there?
Yep, we heard you talking like a robot. Welcome back.
I'm so sorry. All right,
okay.
So let's get this show back on the road. All right, it's still recording. Lovely. Okay. So Linda, you continue to be host. All right. So I need to share my screen again. All right. So where were we? Napa Valley Wines in Canada. So now we're just going to start writing our page. So this information below is talking about the wine business. So like I said before, right now in Canada, they can come in as business partners. I don't think they can come in as customers yet. I have to get verification on that, but I'm going to market this as a business. So What is my title? All right, so I'm getting ready to go into the nitty gritty. What are we going to talk about? All right, so this right here, it says sign up, Canadian Club. So I'm going to leave some of this right here. And I always start, this is just from marketing, you always start with your most expensive package first, because you have those people that have the knee-jerk experience. They just like, okay, that's the first thing they see, that's what they're going to jump on. So always start with your most expensive packaging first in any marketing. Then you go from most expensive to least expensive. And then you give them the final option, which is just come in as a customer. So, but for right now, I'm not going to put the customer in there until we get the okay that, hey, they can come in as a customer. So I'm going to come in here and modify this. So I'm telling them, let me explain. So I'm going to say getting started, and I'm going to still leave this, and I'm just going to say how to get started. And I got this as a heading 4. And I want to change it to a heading 3. I moved it. I didn't mean to move it. Click on this, and I want it to be a heading 3. Not even do a heading 2. Let's do a heading 2. And I'm going to break this link. So to break a link, once you click on it, you're going to get this toolbar up here. You just click on this. I call it the paperclip. It's called a link tab. Just click on that, and you're going to unlink it. So that way it takes it away. How to get started. So then I'm just going to explain our program. And you want to use your key phrase in your actual writing. And like I said, this isn't one of the best key phrases, but because it had no competition, as soon as you start advertising it, it's going to have you ranking really high. But you have to get that advertising, especially out there in Canada, here in the United States. But this is one of those key phrases. It's kind of difficult to play with, but you can. Like this is one of those, I can just put a hyphen right here and I'm still having that key phrase in there. I can use it, you know, just leave the hyphen out and let it be implied, but I'm using that key phrase. So I'm saying, how do you get started? Question mark. I'm going to change this a little bit, and I do this all the time. All right. So again, I'm going to remove this paragraph because I didn't use it. So now I'm going to talk about option one, which is our Grand Cru. And I got the Grand Cru business package, and I got this picture. I did a snippet straight off the site. And because I did it straight off the site, it didn't allow me to expand it, but it's fine. If I go back and redo it again, I can get a different picture. But then right underneath it, you can actually write a caption. So click on your picture, and right here where it says write a caption, you can write a caption. All right, so you can put that in there. And then you're going to talk about the Grand Cru. What is the Grand Cru? And this is, I want to leave some of this information in here, but I still want to put it in different terminology because I don't want it to sound exactly like my page. They won't get ranked that way. So you always want to make sure that you change it. If the information is good and you want to leave it there, then just modify it a little bit, maybe put it in a different location, but you still want to go in and change it. So this is where you can go in and actually create another paragraph right here. We're going to create another paragraph, and we're going to go in and modify this page, this particular paragraph. Oh, well, I can't spell monthly. Okay, so I told about the Grand Cru. Let's see. And this one actually had the black card, but we're getting kind of low on black cards, so I'm not going to put that. All right, follow this link. So I'm going to come down here, and again, I'm going to change this to a paragraph. Not a paragraph. I want to change it to a heading. And I want to do a heading 3, and I want it centered. And then I'm going to highlight it. I'm not going to highlight it because once you put a link in there, the highlight goes away, or the color code. So we're going to leave that there. So now that we've done this, we're going to remove this paragraph. All right. And then, because I usually don't use click here, but this is one of those places where I do, because you want them to be able to see it. So then we're going to talk about our option 2, and I'm going to leave this here as well. Or instead of saying option 2, I'm going to say plan or package. Because again, I want to make sure it's different. And I did kind of process the page and list it as packaging. So we're going to change it and make sure all our verbiage is the same. And we have our image here. And the image, if they read it, they can see the same information that we have. And I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to hit our plus sign, and we're going to add another paragraph block. And I'm going to come up here and make sure I have my verbiage right. So what did I say the second package was? Is our revert, okay. So this is the one you can sink your teeth into. So, all right. Okay, and I'm gonna take this away. And I might have to go and update my images. I'm not sure. I think this is 15%, not 20. I think it's 10, 15, 20. Is that right? That right, Linda? 10, 15, 20, 10.
Percents, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you. All right, and then we're going to talk about our package 3. And this is our state starter package. And that's exactly what I called it, was a starter package. And up here, that's what I told them, that if they wanted to start and test the waters, then they need our third option. So I'm basically building up, letting them know, hey, this is what you need. Start here. But if you want to, start your business small, then do our reserve. This one here, we're going to talk about our first level is an estate. I'm going to change that and say our final level or our last level. And this is just for Canada. And I'm going to put under here, I'm going to put business starter package. And you can put whatever you want to, if you need to put anything there. I just like to give people something to look forward to. So again, we're going to come in here and we're going to click my computer is really, I believe I'm having my Monday today. All right, so I'm going to come here and we're going to start and talk about this. I'm going to change all of this up. Okay, so in here, I kind of did the comp plan, but I summarized the comp plan in here just a little bit. So I'm going to come in here and remove this. And under here, I'm going to put basic starter package. All right, now the comp plan, I'm not really going to talk about the comp plan because I just did. So this is all going to be removed. And I'm going to substitute for the comp plan. I'm going to put shipping. I'm going to do a header. And remember I said you had to put your key phrase. All right, so here in the shipping process, all right, and then our conclusion. Gonna get rid of this. So in my conclusion, I'm just gonna go ahead and summarize because I've already changed all of this. So I know what I wrote, I'm just gonna get rid of it. So I'm gonna still do conclusions. I'm old school, I like conclusions. I like to summarize my page. You can use conclusion, summary, anything to let them know they've come to the end of the page. All right. And again, I'm going to take this out and I am going to remove this block here. And then I'm going to center this and there, and that page is done. So then I'm just going to come here and hit publish or save draft first. And then all you're going to do is, because I know this student hasn't gotten into wine yet, we're going to be talking about that later once he gets off the road. I'm just going to copy my link. And if you have the link already, that's fine. You're just going to copy it from one of them. And then I always like to make sure that I give them that option. Where did I have join today? And I like to use phrases instead of words. To me, a phrase stands out a lot better than just the one word, but that's up to you. I always like to bold my phrases just to make them stand out. And you can colorize them if you want to. Just highlight it, hit your color wheel, hit your color text and choose a color. And there you go. And then join today, we had that in purple. Again, as soon as you put the link in it, it's going to take it back to blue. Going to open it in a new tab and hit that. So it turns it to blue. And then we want to go ahead and get it back to purple. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. You just have to go in here and play with it. We're going to clear the color. And we're going to come back and put the color in, choose purple, and hopefully it sticks. So there you go. So you just have to play with it a little bit, and you're going to go back through and you're going to highlight your information and click your URL. And you're going to do that throughout your page. And then people's like, okay, you took all your pictures out. Where's your pictures? So then you're going to do the same thing when you get your plus sign. You never want to put a picture right after your title, because you're going to get an error that you didn't start your paragraph off with your key phrase. So you never put a picture right after it. You can put it right below. I always like to put it kind of in the middle. I don't like to put it right at the top. And you always want to make sure that you check your media library first for images. So you're going to go to your media library, and Roy has lots of images in there for wine. He has memes in there. So you can come through here and just find some wine pictures that you want to use. Just take a minute for them to load up. And I think wine pictures, so I'm just going to grab this one. Put that one in there. It's kind of huge, so we're going to tone it down a little bit. And then you can place it. We can center it to the right. So there you have that picture. And again, you can make it as small as you want or as big. And you also want to link your pictures. So you're going to come here. You're going to put your link in your image. It's going to say media file because that's where you got the picture. You just click on the X and it gives you the blank URL tab. You paste your images in there, click your drop down to open it in a new tab and save. And then you're going to come over here to your alternative text. This is what Google uses to index your images with. And you can put your key phrase in there. Or if you want to put fine wines, you can put your fine wines. So that's your image. So now you're going to look over here and you have your Yoast. It tells me that my SEO is okay. It's orange. I don't like orange. So let's go down here and see what it's telling me I need. So you're going to look at your SEO. And I can already tell that it's going to tell me my meta description. So we're going to click on this analysis. All right, I don't have any internal links, which means it doesn't go inside my page. I don't have a meta description, and I haven't used my key phrase enough. And it says my key phrase and title does not match, is not exactly the same, and it's too short. So my title's too short. It's in yellow or orange. And it says my title is because I put this hyphen in here, which is fine. So now we're going to do our meta description. Okay, and you want to type until it's green. If a punctuation changes it from green to orange, remove the punctuation. A lot of people don't understand what the meta description is. Your meta description is actually the information that people see when they do a search on Google. It's that brief paragraph or description that's right underneath your title. So just by putting this meta description in, I'm already green, but I want to put an internal link. So I have Monthly Wine Club. Since these right here are headers, it's a heading 4, but it said I need to use it in heading 2 or 3. So I need to put it here. I'm going to put it right here. I'm sorry, I'm going over. I'm almost finished. And then I want to center this since it became a little bit lengthy. So there's that. And I want to put one more image down here. And for those of you that are in memes, this is a great place to use your memes. And I'm going to do another image, and I'm going to get it from the media library. And again, I'm just going to scroll down to the wines. And I think I'm going to use one with people in there that are showing get together. So that would be great for the 2 ladies right here. Or even these. Let's do this one. Okay. And I'm going to put this on the left. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our link in here, get rid of the media file, put it in our link, drop down, open in a new tab and save. Then we are going to click on our picture, come down here to our alternative text. This says US Wine Club, and we're going to put Canada Wine Club. And if we want to, we can actually come here. Let's round the picture just to give it a little bit more definition and make it stand out a little bit. And then we're going to save our draft. So now our internal link is a link that goes into our page. Okay. So right here, I can go and put available in the US. And I'm going to put this link, and you don't have to know every website title or every website link or link in your website. If you just start typing, if it's in your website, it will pull up what's in there. So I'm going to look for, oh, come on, I don't want you to do that. So I'm just going to type in fine wines. And it's going to tell me there's US Wine of the Month Club. All I have to do is click on this link, and it automatically puts my link in there. And then I can bold it, and I can change the color of it to make it stand out. And there we go. And then I'm going to save my draft. I already have green and green, and that's your ultimate goal when you're first starting, is to get that green and green. As you progress through your site and you get more comfortable with it, that's where you come back through and you look at the little things that are still missing and decide whether or not you want to fix it. But the majority of our information is green and green. We even have our readability is green. Your SEO score is, your FLESH score is 77. This means that the page has short, concise sentences, short, concise paragraphs. It's easy to read and follow. The higher this score is, the better it is that your page will get read from the beginning to the end. Okay, transition words, I'm not going to worry about it. If I wanted to expand some more, this will go away. The more you write, the more you'll get rid of these pesky transition words and whatever that other one is. But as this page right here is finished. Again, you can go in and link these, link your images. Same thing over here. You're going to do Monthly Wine Club. Canada. And that's there. And then you can publish it. And we're going to publish this page. It is complete. And then if you want to see what it's going to look like, click on your preview. And you can click on tablet and mobile to see what it's going to look like on a tablet or on a mobile device. Or you can click on a new tab and see what it's going to look like when shoppers or visitors come to your website. So there's how the page is going to look. You can see if your wording's the way you want it centered, if things are looking the way you want it to look. See, I didn't even put click here. I said, yep, click here, and didn't do a click here. So that's one of the things why you want to preview your page to see what you missed. That's highly important right there. I tell them to click here and then didn't give them the option to click. That kind of defeats the purpose. See that? I didn't have it highlighted. So we're going to come up here. Here's your arrow button to undo. And we can start again. Highlight, click, paste, open a new tab, and we're done. Then we're just going to update our page. And our page is ready to go. So some of you, when you are doing your page, and I've done lots and lots of research on this to get the correct answer, you will have a dot here that's red that says you are linking your key phrase to something else. Don't do that. That doesn't mean that you're using the same key phrase that your competitor's using or your affiliate's using. That means you are using your own key phrase in your own page. You've linked your affiliate offer with your key phrase. So in other words, you're competing against yourself. So if I came here and did Monthly Wine Club Canada and put a link in it, then all of a sudden I'm going to get this thing down here. See? Don't do that. That means I'm competing with myself and sending my affiliate information that I want my page to rank for. So if you get that, then you need to go through your website or go through your page that you are currently on and see where you've linked your key phrase to send them to your affiliate. That's what that means, okay? So get rid of that, unlink it, and that will take care of that phrase, okay? Trust me, I spent long hours trying to figure that out because I was like, there's no way they can be using my key phrase on every page that I'm writing. So hope that helps you guys. I hope you got a lot out of it. I know it went kind of fast, but we will be doing basic information like this to help you get your website up and running, to show you the basics on how you can get started. Since we are in Canada and he's got a big push going on to get more Canadians enter our wine club, we are here and ready to go. So that's all I have, Miss Linda.
Well, I do believe that was plenty, Miss Sheila.
Let's see, there's people in chat. Yes, the media library is the ones that comes with your website. And the thing about the media library, guys, is if there's a picture that you put in your page, whether you copy and paste it or import it, it goes directly to your media library. I saw people on the chat earlier this week talking about they're going to go in and clean out their media library. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Because your page, remember, your page is an HTML code. Even though you use the same picture 20 times, if you've downloaded it 20 times, it gets assigned a code, an individual code for that page that you put it on. So if you go into your website and you go to your media library and you see you got 20 of the same picture and you start deleting them, it's going to delete them out of the page it was assigned to. I found out the hard way. So that's why I always try and stress before you go and upload a picture that you know you've used before, search your media library. Then if you don't see the image that you want, then go to your Google and Google Images and download an image or copy an image. But the minute you copy it into your site, it goes into your media library and it stays, because then it's been assigned an HTML code for your site for that particular page that it's on. So don't ever clean out your media library. Don't ever upload unnecessary images unless you are using them at that particular time. I've seen people where they go in and they're just like, oh, I like this image, and just import it into their media library. You're using up valuable space in your website. Your website still has a limited space that it can hold. Those images take up a lot of space. So if you're not going to use that image, don't put it in your library. And don't delete images in your library unless you're deleting them out of your site completely. Okay. Yeah, the thing about putting you can put the copy of your first paragraph in your meta description, but you got to look at that bar. If the bar goes orange, it's too long. You only have a limited space. It's less than 100 characters or 200 characters. And then it's going to go orange. The orange means that they can see a portion of your meta description, and then they have to click it to go see the rest of it. Most of you know when you go to Google and you start reading, if you don't hear or see or read what you want to see in those first 2 sentences, you're going to go to the next one. So that's why you always want to make sure that you have summarized what your page is going to be about. It's almost like you're doing an ad right there to draw their attention. It says, hey, I got what you need. You need to read this. You know, find out about fine wines in Canada. I got it. I got you. You know, it's to draw their attention so that they click your link to go to your actual page and read what you have to say. So if you get too wordy, I call it diarrhea of the mouth in your meta description, they're never going to get to your page because you give them too much information there and they lose interest.
Looks like you got Andy and his hand up there, Sheila.
Okay. Let's see.
I got him to unmute. Andy, you can unmute.
Hi, Sheila. Hi, everyone.
Hi, dear.
I have a quick question. In media library, is it possible to organize those pictures, like have folders and stuff?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have it, huh?
I would have, trust me.
Okay,
yes, you would.
That was it.
And the reason you can't, and there's a simple explanation why, is your website, like I said, is in code. You don't see the code, but it's there. So anytime you put anything in your site, it automatically gets into a code. So each one of those pictures has an individual code or a home. So that's why you can't put them in a folder, because then you're taking them out of their home, putting them in somewhere where the code won't be recognized. So that's why I always say when you go and upload a picture, just know it's permanent. If you delete the picture from your page, it doesn't delete it from the library. If you delete it from the library, it deletes it from the page.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
We got Harley with her hand up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so when you go for the wine and you go to be an ambassador, do you have to pay the full amount up front, or can you do like half and half?
It's up front. That's why we always say start at the bottom if you need to and work your way up. Let that commissions pay for your business.
Okay.
You got Renee?
Yep.
Miss Linda? Okay.
Got her. She can unmute.
Thanks, guys. When you're talking about the media library, I've put a few that I've gotten from Pixel or Pixabay, whatever it was. Okay, and I put them in there. Can you switch the little squares around so you can kind of bunch the wine with the wine and the coffee with the coffee?
That's what he was just, that's what he's saying. You can't organize them. Once you put them in there, they go by code.
Okay, good enough. Gotcha.
I believe you're good, Sheila.
We good? All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We got Richard and Cherie.
Richard and Sherry.
Is it Cherie or Sherry?
Go ahead and unmute.
I'm on my way. I'll be there.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
How do I copy someone's page so I can bring it over to my site to revise it?
That all you're going to do is you're going to go to their page, and you don't want to do Control A because that will do the whole page, and you don't need all the little stuff on the side. And you're just going to go and copy from top to bottom.
Okay.
What they need, including the title, and just go all the way down and copy that, what you highlighted. Then you're going to go to your site, okay? And when it comes up, you can do one or two things. You can, if you're in your dashboard or you're in your first page of it, you see where it says new right here?
Uh-huh.
If you hover, it drops down.
Okay.
Now, you want to do page. If you do a post, it's going to be on your first page only, and you can't interchange them. So you always want to do page. And when you click on page, it opens up a brand new page, a clean, what I call a clean page. Okay. And then once that opens up, then you just hit your right click and just paste it. And it's going to paste it exactly like it was in the blocks. You might get the little code that I did because that had an image there as a featured image. So, but you can just go in there and then you just start modifying it because it'll be automatically in draft.
Perfect. That's so easy. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
We got Jenny post, and then we're going to have to close her up. Yep. Sheila needs a minute. So do I. I'm about to fall asleep over here.
Oh, I got to get my grandbaby before he goes to bed.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
I just have a quick question. I got my site reset in September so that I could start over because I was way behind. And I noticed that my Fine Wine Pages video that's on there is different from the Rory 3 website. Is there, should I change mine to the video he's got in there?
You need to update the video.
Oh, great. Thank you. I tried to go to all the trainings and I missed that one. So thank you very much.
Yeah, because the video that was there is like a 23-minute video. He has since redone it, and it's like a 30.3-minute video. That's the one you need because it goes in a little bit more detail. He explains the comp plan just a little bit more in depth. So gives them just a little bit more to look into. All right, Good Low is the last one, and then we're going to call it a night.
You can unmute, Kenneth.
All right, hello.
Hello.
Yes, I have a real quick question.
Okay.
Concerning my posting my ads on the classifieds. For some reason, it'd be like it's kind of weird, but then it's not, then it is. To like it only shows to where I only get like 1 views, and then it usually always sometimes shows I get like 43, you know what I'm saying, or like 12, but it always shows 1. I'll be like, what's going on? Is that just the way you have to post so many on that classified and do another one? That's what
you need to be advertising every day, or at least have 1 day designated for advertising. I advertise every day.
So actually, I always advertise on that same specific classified website.
No, you need at least 10 different places to advertise. Don't put just one ad site.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. All right.
So use as many different places you can, including your social media outlets.
Right, like Instagram or anything like that. Okay, all right. Thanks very much.
You're welcome, and y'all have a blessed night, and we will see you on the Saturday training. So those of you that want to do some calls tomorrow, jump on the calls line and let's get you business growing.
Tell her to go see Sheila. Thank you, honey. Great training.
I'll be there from 1 to 3. So y'all have.
I was on there today. Yeah, it was on there today, and there's people stepping out the box. Love it.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
That's how you grow, and that's why we're there to get you going.
Absolutely. All right. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.